Hello there, and today on Marvel Snap Basic Deck Guide, we're going to do a classic movement type deck for you today. So yeah, this is a basic deck that relies on moving around. So you get the best card for that. I think it's the best card for that to actually use it is this one right here, which moves all your cards one location to the left. It's a really nice card to have. The other key cards, this one's going to be Multiple Man. Whenever he moves, he gets a copy of himself, and of course Vulture. You get this guy later on, but he's a really key factor in here. Whenever he moves, he gets +5 power, and all of the other cards are basically built on that. You don't want actual cards that move themselves. You want cards in this deck that move and gain powers like this guy does, and that's what this deck is basically built around, by powering up your guys. So the optimal thing we have in our deck to do is on turn 1 you play Forge. You want to play him on the right hand side, of course, the far right. We can't see that zone, and that is why we have this guy here. We have him so we can see that far right zone. That's one of the new changes. Who knows if they're going to change it again, but we can see that zone and see if it's safe. If it's not safe, we're going to basically lose the game, because we really need that last zone. It's really going to limit our last best combo we can do. But turn 1 you play Forge. He gives the next card you play +2 power. The next card you play is going to be a Multiple Man if you're lucky, and that will give him a +2 power, making him 5 power. You play him on that far right zone also, so you can have him there to have some fun with. And then the next turn you're going to want to have this Hulkbuster. He is in there because he will give that Multiple Man a +5 power boost once again. So that will make him up to 10 power. So if you're lucky, that's the combo you're going to get. Have your Multiple Man at 10 power. And then you can have other cards to move him around, like Doctor Strange, which you can play, and then Cloak, which you can play to have. You can force him to move to the other location, get a copy, or Cloak. Then you can move him manually. But for the best combo that you might want to do is have this Iron Fist guy. You can play him on the far right hand side too if you want, or somewhere else. But you play him, and then you can play the Vulture next, because you got 4 energy, and you can bump him and move him over. Play him on the far right hand side also, so he can move to the left, because like all other cards, this guy here moves the card over to the left, but give him +5 power also. And then depending on what combo you get, if you get this for a combo good, then you're good to go for that on your next turn. Then you want to play on turn 5. You want to play Doctor Strange and the Cloak. Basically, you have Doctor Strange move the guy over to the far left hand side, and you play Cloak in the middle. That would be your optimal thing to do. Even if you don't have these guys, you can play this one here on turn 4. Basically, you just sit there and just play this one here on turn 4 somewhere. Give your other guys another +2 power, which will put the Multiple Man at 12 power, which is really good if you don't have the Vulture in your hand. So you can get guy up to 12 power, and then on that turn 5, you put Doctor Strange over in that left hand location, have a Multiple Man move over there, and then Cloak in the middle for on turn 6 you can move both of those guys over to that location. So you'll be able to move that Multiple Man over to the middle, and then the one on the right hand side to the middle, and have both of them in that middle location. And then you would have the 2 guys there. You'd have 4 of them on the field now, and then of course on the last turn you play this guy to move everybody over one location to the right once again, moving those 2 in the middle over to the left hand side with the 1 over there. So you can possibly have 3 of these guys in that far left hand location at +12 power if you're lucky. And then in the middle you'll have 2 guys in there, and then the far right side you'll have 1 Multiple Man in there, and then this guy would be sitting on that far right side with that big Multiple Man and whatever else you have sitting in there at the time. So that is optimally how this deck is supposed to work, but of course it never is going to work out that way. And so you have these other cards you can pump up. You can move them with this guy. You can move this guy with Vulture. If you don't get Multiple Man, you can pump them up with Forge. You have this Carnage here to clean up all this shit. So if you get these shit cards or squirrels pop up and stuff like that, you really need to keep your zones up there. Maybe you want to clean up this guy. You play him on turn 3 maybe, because you pumped this guy out there. You didn't get this guy. This is your only way to pump him up. You might want to use Carnage to clean up all the crap cards that you have everywhere else. Or of course you have Maven in there, because he gets +2 power every time a card moves here. So you could play him instead, and you could bump a card over there. You could put a Doctor Strange on top of him to move over. You play a Cloak somewhere, move all those cards over again, and have Maven get powered up once again. And then you could have this guy blow them all over and pump them up over once again. So you could do it multiple times with Maven on that zone, depending on how clear your zones are and how much cards you have to move around. But you can really pump this guy up a lot with this type of deck. With all the other cards, you want to pump them up and make them strong. Of course, nothing's going to be perfect. Nothing's going to work out the way you want it to with the zones and stuff like that. But let's get started and show you an example of how this deck works or doesn't work. It all depends on what we're going to play against. And basically, for me, it's going to be some pay-to-win guy that's gonna have some deck with some cards that's just gonna kill you basically right off the bat. Like, you know, this guy's pay-to-win. We get to see what this card is going to be. Each player and then card swaps his power and the cost. So that kind of sucks. We're going to lose our power and our cards. We're going to lose our power in there, and so we aren't going to have anything good in there. It's not going to matter for this guy. It's going to be good for this guy. It's going to be bad for this guy. It's going to make him weaker, and our cloak is going to be weaker. So we're getting screwed on that last zone. So that is going to hurt. She got a good deal. Like, when do you get Wolverine as your last card when you have Blade in your hand? Free card for him. Discard a card. Oh, he gets to discard Apocalypse. Fuck off, really? Oh, there goes my cloak. There, thank you for that. So yeah, all my cards are going to have their card cost changed. I'm not going to be able to do anything about it, so let's just play him somewhere and whatever. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do anything. At start of turn, swap hands. Oh, look at the swap hands too. But I might get his card. I might get his big guy though. So yeah, so that's going to be good. For example, he gets Bucky. Like, you know, what else can you get for a perfect deal for him? Let's see what guy. Could play Bull. Switch our cards. Here we go. We can play you. And we got. There's no point in playing this guy right now, right? So I can save him for later. I got nothing I can do. Although he did get Mole, so he got Mole and Carnage. So yeah, perfect deal. Perfect deal for him. I should just run away. This is for an actual match, basically. I should be able to run away and do another round because this is such a shitty deal. What am I going to do with this? Carnage, this guy, these guys. Yeah, I can't do nothing. Let's just give him up. He wins. he take the point. There's no point in playing when you get screwed over with that. He got like perfect luck on his deals, and yeah, I got perfectly screwed. So that's a very bad example of what we have right there. Like, really bad play field. Just run away with it like that. After each turn, cards should get +1 power. That is more like it. That's what we want to see. After each turn, if there's more than one card here, destroy them. Well, that just kills me mostly. So that just screws me up royally. But we don't care about the forge too much. Actually, +1 power. We can just get bank on that, I guess. We'll just do that. +1 power for our cards. Power here is granted to other locations. That's fine. And what if we get nothing? Where's our cards that are going to give us the power that we need to actually win? Nothing. There is nothing for me to do. There's no point in actually playing any of these cards right now. He gets this. He's going to just play this and win. This zone just helps him out immensely. And I pulled nothing once again. This is just another example of how you can get screwed by not pulling one of the two cards in your deck. You have like, it's like, you know, what's the odds on this shit? So what are you going to do with this? There's nothing I can do. I basically have to go ahead and play a Maven and then play this guy. Like, play a Maven here, I guess, and then play this guy here. I have to do something. But there's not much I can do. There's not much I can do. I can hopefully get something by this turn. Okay, we got this guy here, and that will help a little bit. That'll help a little bit. Let's see. Look, there we go. Yeah. You didn't have to. Why did you play the kill card there? You didn't have to play that card there. They're going to get killed anyways. He's just going to waste his card. That was just a waste of putting this guy there. Turn 5. We're going to stick this guy over here, of course, and we're going to play this guy here, right? We're going to play this guy here and move these cards over, but Vulture is not going to move because we have no room here to move him over. He's going to be here. This guy's going to be gone, so I can't play this guy here. I have to play him over there. So we'll just play this guy here right now, I guess, just because we can. Let's see what happens. Doctor Strange over here. Yeah. So Maven's going to move over to here. These guys are going to die. But at least this guy will be over here, right? Like, these guys shouldn't be here, I guess. Yeah. If we do this... only the 3 guys are going to move. So that will suck. Only those top 3 guys are going to move. Not the card we want to move. I have to play him there. And move these guys over. And I'll have nothing here. Just to get Vulture to go over there. Just to have a chance of winning with the power zone in the middle. He's going to play his big guy. I don't think I'm going to have enough power there. Yeah, with this Apocalypse, he's just making sure I can't play over there. So I played it poorly, but I still win, I think. Yes, I still win. So I played poorly, got poor results, but I still won the match. But with the current set, really screwed up, but at least I won. So that's at least I won at the end of the day. But that is how the movement decks work and how badly you can go with the combinations like this when you do this. You gotta try and branch out and do some variety on this stuff and get lucky. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.